What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I have a pile up of clips for you today. We've already done a whole lot off camera. You guys know me, I have a bad habit of that. To put it simply, the bike is just too low. We're running stockies again. So today we are doing something probably kind of stupid. Basically, I'm buying another bike. Now, I know I just got a street tire for the back, and I just did all this work for the front, but basically I want to take it as it sits and just put taller wheels on it so that the bottom of the bike actually gets lifted up off the ground. In order to do that, we're running stockies again. Now, last time we ran stockies, it was really shaky up front, but I think that a large part of that was the suspension. So we have different suspension now. We're going to try to put this front wheel on so that we can run front brakes. We just fitted one of our mini bike sprockets to it, and we're going to give it a test, and if that works, then we're going to go through the time and stuff and the measurements to put our current sprocket on there. But right now we're running the 50 tooth instead of the 42, and we're gonna try to get these wheels switched over. As always, JJ Moto video content has been slow recently. We keep slacking off because we keep getting too consumed by trying to build the Mini. Every time we get a new bike and start rebuilding it, and now Clio is currently getting a frame swap, by the way, which is what I've been working on. Instead of making videos, I've just been doing it, and it's just too time consuming. So basically, I'm buying another bike. It's a Suzuki beginner bike, which I already knew from the get-go, and I wasn't really worried about. This is something that hopefully Kara's going to be able to learn on eventually as well. That's kind of the whole goal, and something that she's not going to be worried about me getting any speeding tickets on. Okay guys, so we didn't get back till late last night, and I could finally actually show you the bike a little better. I'm super excited about it. It's a 125, but it's still a really nice bike because I wanted to get something that was street capable, highway capable, which this actually is, surprisingly. It's overall a great bike, so let's kind of dig into it and go over what it is, how we got it, and what we plan on doing with it. Now, before we get into all of that, you guys are probably wondering, well, where's Clio? You're making another video on another bike, and we haven't seen Clio in months, so what's going on with that? Well, this is currently what Clio looks like. She is a roller, but this is also what Clio looks like, and she is also a roller. So basically, this 1971 OSA Pioneer 250 frame, it's too old. And I already had to cut a few things off of it, as you guys have seen, and I really hated doing that. So we really wanted to just stop that altogether. And we switched everything from this bike onto the 150 frame, and it's fitting pretty good. We need to get some more brackets made. I'd rather just kind of show you guys the final process and what it looks like when it's done, and then we'll go and ride it and stuff like that. Basically, Clio has just been way too time consuming, and it's really affecting the content that we're putting out on the channel because it's our sole content, and that was a really big problem. That and Kickstart's broken, It's you have to push start it to ride it. The bike's too heavy, so that was a pain in the ass. I had too many problems to solve, and so many of them were problems that we have continuously solved over and over and over on the channel, and I just didn't want to keep doing that. Without further ado, meet Squirt. Squirt is a Suzuki GN125. It's a vertical single cylinder. It has an exhaust leak because this isn't the stock pipe. The stock pipe is right there. But I'm not really worried about that. It's not anything important, and we're going to switch it out with that one. I was going to do it today. I might do it today, but we'll see. I just think it would look better because it's gonna hang right there. It's gonna be away from the peg, and you're not gonna have all that big bulkiness, and it's gonna be a lot louder. But yeah, so this bike is technically a beginner starter bike, so it is set up specifically for you to do everything you're supposed to do with the bike. It's set up for easy maintenance. It's a pretty forgiving bike. 80 mile an hour, it says. The guy I bought it off of said his kids were running around like a dirt bike. The front brakes don't work, so we have to get new front brakes for it. Turn signals aren't hooked up, don't know if they work, and the rear turn signals aren't hooked up, and there's no tail light. Well, there is, but there isn't. But a lot of these parts are going to be taken off and saved. I'm gonna keep it stock for a while. I like the tank. It's a 125. This tank will last you a very long time. The seat is incredibly comfortable. It only has one key, so I'm gonna get more keys made. So this bike is basically what Clio has been trying to be the entire time. Now, I wasn't supposed to get a battery with it, but luckily I did. So it's not the right battery, but it works. And that's pretty uncommon as well. These bikes can be pretty temperamental if you don't have the right battery for them. But since it's a smaller size, I believe it's a go-kart battery that they have in it. But yeah, no turn signals, sadly. We did try to see if they work. They don't. Headlight does work though, which is sick. We'll switch that out for aftermarket. We're gonna get a new master cylinder, new clutch lever. I like this clutch. We are gonna get a new one. We're gonna put a handbrake on it just because we can. We're gonna try to keep the foot brake and the handbrake. And yeah, it's just overall a really sick bike. I didn't check to see if the horn works, so we're gonna check that here soon. I'm gonna go up and get the key. So I took the belt, I call it the utility belt, off of Clio and put it on here just because this has a spot for a tool pouch, but it doesn't have the cover for it, so I can't put any tools in there. So hung my tool pouch off the side for now, gave it a little cowboy saddle strap. We do have a pair of saddlebags from my old 750 that we talked about in another video that we're probably going to end up using for this for a little while. We're going to check if the horn works. It only has one tiny little one hanging out in the front there, so it might not. But we switched out the muffler. We took this banged up Yoshimura off and threw the Amazon Special on there. I think it looks a little better. Hopefully it sounds better. I haven't started it yet. Turn it on, we got the neutral light on. Headlights on. Taillight is dull, but it's there, and that's really all I care about. And of course, it's pouring down rain. Try to keep the screen from getting wet. So this is what it sounds like with the new exhaust. First gear in neutral has a weird idle problem, but when you're riding it, it doesn't affect it like at all. The clutch is super easy, the gears are super easy, neutral is a pain in the ass to find. I think I could fix it with a new carb and a new throttle. This car probably just needs clean, but I don't want to do all that. So we're gonna go get gas, and then we're gonna park it for a little while, and then we're gonna go let our dog out and go get Kara from work. Rain finally stopped. We took it for a little ride. It sounds great with the new exhaust. We had a chain issue, fixed the chain issue, everything's going good now. Adjusted the throttle so it does this now. Hear that idle issue? except the turn signals, which is great. Horn works. It's dope. Lowered it. New carb. New headlight. New tail light. Which I like from down this way, but I don't like from like everywhere else. But only so much you can do about that, I guess. Not where I wanted it mounted. Gotta make a new bracket, gotta hook up turn signals and stuff still, but yeah, gonna make a bracket, and basically it's gonna be this, but it's gonna be underneath and it's gonna be angled upwards. So, yeah. The kickstand doesn't let it lean at the right angle, so when it sits in storage, just make sure it's level or else it might fall over. Okay. Don't want it leaking gas everywhere. That person just did a 360 in the middle of the intersection. They literally just did like a 4-point turn in the middle of the intersection just to turn around. Yep. Heard him say something about the cop, saying something about giving him the plate, saying something it fell off or something like that. So we'll see how that goes. Hey, calm down, bud. Calm down. Calm down. There she goes. There she goes.